Hello and welcome back to another Star Wars podcast. And today I give you the top 10 greatest Mandalorians in the history of Star Wars. Number 10, Gar Saxon. As a loyal member of Pre-Vizsla's Death Watch, Gar Saxon wanted nothing more than to restore Mandalore's once proud heritage. This was so much that when Vizsla fell to Darth Maul and Maul became the new leader of Mandalore, Saxon became loyal to Maul. After the siege of Mandalore and the fall of Maul's regime, Saxon aligned himself with the newly formed Empire. As a member of the Empire, Saxon was appointed as Viceroy of Mandalore. His first order of business was to unite the divided world, a job he never truly completed before his death. Number 9, Pre-Vizsla. As the Clone Wars waged on, Mandalore stood by not as a competitor but as a pacifist nation unwilling to participate, wanting to restore his world to its battle-tested roots. Pre-Vizsla formed a group of radicals known as Death Watch. With Death Watch behind him, Pre-Vizsla sought to overthrow the pacifist regime led by Duchess Satin Kryze. He ultimately succeeded in taking Mandalore after joining Darth Maul. Unfortunately, shortly after his victory, he and Maul began feuding, and the former Sith Lord defeated and killed Vizsla in battle. Vizsla is long considered one of the greatest Mandalorians of all time because he believed in restoring them to what they were and not leaving them as they are. Number 8, jander Cass. Originally a Jedi during the Mandalorian Wars, Jander Cass became disillusioned with and left the Jedi after his wife died, and he lost his seat on the Jedi High Council. No longer a Jedi, Cass joined the Mandalorians and put together a group of Mandalorian Force users called Mandalorian Knights. As a former Jedi, Jander is extremely good with a sword. He is a master tactician and a convincing speaker. In fact, his ability to speak is so engaging that he nearly convinced a group of Jedi younglings to leave the Order and join him as a Mandalorian. Number 7, Kandorius Ordo. Kandorius Ordo, also known as Mandalore the Preserver, was a Mandalorian who fought in the Mandalorian Wars from 3976 BBY to 3960 BBY. Never one to shy from battle, Kandorius fought in numerous battles, often earning the respect from those around him. Regardless of his efforts, the Mandalorians were successful, beaten by the Republic, who were under the control of Jedi Master Wren. After their defeat, the remaining Mandalorians, Kandorius Ordo included, scattered across the galaxy. Over the course of the next many years, Ordo aligned himself with the man who beat him in Raven and helped bring an end to the evil reign of Darth Malak. Number 6, Bo-Katan Kryze. Very few Mandalorians have flipped their loyalties as many times as Bo-Katan has. Through all of her flip-flopping, one thing has remained a constant: her unwavering desire to return and unite Mandalore as it once was. During her sister Duchess Satan's pacifist run as leader of Mandalore, Bo-Katan was an integral member of Death Watch. She followed the group right up until it successfully overthrew the Duchess. Unfortunately, Mandalore was overthrown under the watch of Darth Maul, whom she didn't agree with. As such, she requested that Obi-Wan Kenobi alert the Republic of what was happening. A year later, the Republic arrived and took control of Mandalore. Number 5, Duchess Satin Kryze. Satin Kryze was a powerful leader of Mandalore in a time when those people tried to embrace pacifism over war. Her time as leader saw her align herself with the likes of Padme Amidala, Ken Robb, Ahsoka Tano, and Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Unfortunately, not every Mandalorian agreed with her pacifist approach. and over the course of her rule, she suffered multiple attempts on her life. Even worse, as the Clone Wars erupted all over the galaxy, she was caught in the middle of it. Both factions, Republic and Separatists, wanted Mandalorian to align with them. Because Mandalore refused to get caught up in the war, their stance caused great friction between them. Eventually, a group led by Darth Maul marched on Mandalore and overthrew the Duchess or Set in an act of revenge against Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maul struck Satin with the Darksaber, thereby ending her life. Number 4, Din Djarin. If you subscribe to Disney Plus, you know exactly why Din Djarin is on this list. Din Djarin goes by many names, but none of them are as impressive as Mandalorian or Mando for short. If you're knowing that he goes by a name given to an entire group of people doesn't impress you, remember this: Din Djarin has taken down some of the worst criminals in the galaxy, all the while getting himself out of some of the toughest situations. Din Djarin wasn't born a Mandalorian, but instead adopted the ideals and the ways of the Mandalorians. He holds their codes and ideals above all else and would rather die than betray them. It's for these reasons and more that he is a must for these greatest Mandalorians list. Number 3, Sabine Wren. Sabine Wren is of Clan Wren and one of the most influential characters from Star Wars Rebels. Once a member of the Imperial Academy, Sabine was charged with making weapons and explosives. She agreed to do this under the pretext that her work was going to be used to liberate worlds. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Instead of liberating worlds, her weapons were used to enslave them. After learning this, Sabine left the academy, was instantly branded a traitor. For a short while, she worked as a bounty hunter until she was recruited by Hera Syndulla and Kanan Jarrus to join their band of rebels. Once alongside these rebels, Sabine became a symbol of hope throughout the galaxy. As such, she easily is one of the greatest Mandalorians. Number 2, Boba Fett. It should be obvious as to why Boba Fett is on this list of the top 10 Mandalorians of all time. If it isn't, allow me a moment to explain. Boba Fett is why Mandalorians are so loved. He first appeared in The Empire Strikes Back, returned in the Return of the Jedi, spoke a grand total of 27 words, and proceeded to capture and bring in Han Solo for the bounty. Boba Fett is the offspring of Jango Fett and the only clone to grow under natural conditions. He's everything that being a Mandalorian means and has even led the group. It's because of him that people all over the world now spend thousands of dollars purchasing replica costumes. Number 1, Jango Fett. Simply put, Jango Fett is the reason that the Republic was able to put up a fight during the Clone Wars, and why Jango was the template that was used to create the clone army on Kamino. Jango Fett is one of the best fighters in the Star Wars universe. He's capable of going toe-to-toe with just about anyone, Jedi included, and has even beaten a couple in battle. Jango is as smart as he is deadly, and he uses his intelligence to get the upper hand in nearly every battle he enters. Just one look at his costume and it's easy to see that he embraces exactly what it means to be a Mandalorian. And that's it. The top 10 greatest Mandalorians in the history of Star Wars. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Who would make your top 10 greatest Mandalorians list? See you next time. Have a great rest of your day.